Welcome to Surviving the Fuckery, where we're just trying to survive all the fuckery that's going on in the world today. Now, before we jump into this video, I have to give a big shout out to those of you who have donated to the channel because you appreciate the time, effort, and creativity it takes to create one of these videos. Martin Timberlake, Marty, Dana Clark, Danielle Wells, Chaos from Kokomo, Zen Alley Cat, Mountain Goddess, Tony Wilson, Mary Martinez, No More Procrastination, James, Mary, Tracy L. Hennessy, Eric Jordan, and Leaning Lynn. Thanks to all of you. Your support means everything to me, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Now, in case you've been living under a rock somewhere, Operation Replace Joe is in full effect. The Democrats have installed Cackling Kamala as their replacement. And they don't give a damn what you people have to say about it. Not only that, they're so pressed for the so-called Black people's vote that they have decided to make Cackling Kamala an honorary Black person. But Black people ain't falling for it. They know that biatch ain't like us. Now that being said, enjoy.
Joe Biden needs to resign. I'm like, you know who gets the job if he quits, right? He quits. The black lady gets the job.
So y'all get in here. President Biden done dropped out of the race. He endorses Kamala Harris. Kamala have not done anything but laugh for the last 3.5 years. She ain't did nothing but laugh her way through the last 3.5 years. I mean, and the dialogue, the talks that she did do or have was so misconstrued, couldn't understand them. Most of the time, nobody knew what she was talking about.
The strength of our nation has always been that despite the odds and the obstacles, we push to move forward, that we are guided by what we see that can be, unburdened by what has been.
Y'all come on. Is Kamala, is she the one? Is she who America wants to hold nuclear codes?
I saw Kamala today on X, and she was expressing the fact that she could cook some collard greens in a bathtub.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Listen.
We don't give a fuck about you cooking no goddamn collard greens in no motherfucking bathtub, Kamala. What we are concerned about is people. When Joe was in office, he made you the border czar. You had one fucking job and one fucking job only. You couldn't even do that shit. You said, we watched you on the show when you told that man, he said, have you been to the border? Her quote her, she said, no, and I haven't been to Europe neither.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
Well, motherfucker, you ain't working for no goddamn Europe. You working for us, we the people right here in the United motherfucking States of goddamn America. So you need to go close that motherfucking border and stop letting all these illegal people in. Who the fuck let all them people into the White House that are there burning flags and protesting and all that shit? That shit is ridiculous. We never seen that type of stuff take place here in America.
Hey, yo, Democrats, let me tell you something real quick. We ain't fucking with Kamala, bro. Nah. We don't like no parts of her. We ain't like her when she became the vice president. You know damn well we ain't trying to have her dead. Because this bitch still talking about electric school buses and shit. When asked, what can you do for the black community, she said,
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
But yet again, their administration did something for the Asians, the Native Americans, the transgenders, and, you know, but it couldn't do nothing for the blacks. I just want everybody to know we ain't fucking with you. We is not fucking with you, Kamala. You is not it. You don't even look. You don't even look the part. You don't even look like you gonna come in there and black woman some shit. You don't. You don't. You don't. I don't remember not one time you even stood up for us, Kamala. You ain't putting no foot in the fire. You ain't did shit in the whole time you been in politics. You was around here putting our brothers away and, you know what I'm saying, not allowing evidence to show to get them out of jail.
In 2008, I was framed for murder and wrongfully convicted by the office of Kamala Harris, sentenced 50 to life in prison.
You know, that was you. That was you, Kamala. You did that. So I hope them Democrats don't think it's gonna have the Obama effect where we was voting by color. Cause I promise you, I'm waiting on Mr. Orange Man to bring his ass back. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I ain't gonna tell you no lie now. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. We is not fucking with you, Kamala. All my peoples is voting for Donald Trump. I don't know nobody who is excited about this motherfucker Kamala because she a sister. She ain't you ain't no you really ain't no sister Kamala. We don't. And you ain't got but what, about 3 months to flip our mind? It ain't gonna happen, Cap. Trump 2024. Y'all thought y'all had us. Y'all thought y'all had. Y'all thought y'all had us. Y'all thought y'all had us. No. We good. Come on, Trump. You in your ear.
Black faces in high places are not going to save us. Just look at the black proponents of Cop City in Atlanta's leadership class. Black faces in high places are not going to save us. Just look at the black woman's hand, ambassador at the UN, voting against a ceasefire in Gaza. That is, our blackness and our womanness are not in themselves trustworthy. If we allow ourselves to be conscripted into positions of power that maintain the oppressive status quo.
You invited me to the National NABJA. I call it NABJA, much easier. I'm very good at spelling, very good at pronouncing things. I'm very good. I love coming to things like this because there's so many beautiful black queens. You guys like to say Queens. I'm from Queens. There's a lot of black, beautiful women. I've dated many of them. You cannot say that I don't like black people. I love black people so much. Had a lot of black girlfriends. And I'm going to tell you, you were very rude. Your questions are very terrible, very rude, very stupid. You could have said hello. You could have said, what's up, homie? It's all good. How you living? You know, the different words that you guys use in your jargon. You could have done a little bit of jivey thing, could have given me dap, the little tricky handshakes. I could have gotten that, but you didn't. You asked me a very stupid question. I didn't like it. It was very pathetic. It was very pathetic. I was very, very disappointed. It was terrible.
Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
What we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian, but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people we're related already, so this is perfect. It's basically true.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is my true, distinct pleasure to introduce the first senator, and I'm not going to say this, the first senator of Indian American heritage in the history of U.S. Senate.
Everybody's favorite Hindu Indian prosecutor and attorney general and senator, and now she becomes black. But, you know, I met her daddy, fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica and had them to work on plantation. So if mama is on the birth certificate listed as a Caucasian, daddy says he's a Caucasian Hindu and has no black ancestors, how did she get to be black? And by the way, she told one big lie when she was talking about she got bust because of something Biden did when she was running against him. Well, the yearbook that she put out there that you can still get online from her high school in Canada shows she went from kindergarten through 12th grade in Canada, never went to school in the United States of America. She was born, by the way, in the same hospital that my ex-wife was born in, the same 12-month period, and my late mother-in-law was in fact a pediatric nurse in that hospital when Kamala was born. And the birth certificate that she has is interesting because the confusion comes from a mistake. On the birth certificate, it lists the mother's race as Caucasian, national origin India, and religion Hindu. For the father, it does not list national origin. It does not list religion. It does not list anything about that, but where it says race, they put national origin in Jamaica by mistake.
Now, why should you be offended? You would think, oh, yeah, we black people, we supposed to support our black folk, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me explain something to you. You should be offended beyond report because of the fact that somebody is willing to put someone in a seat for their color, even when they're not qualified to do a favor for you. Let me explain to you how the last 4 years have went. Up 3, coming into this 4. Let me explain something to you. So for the first three years, Kamala has not cared about the black community, okay? Kamala and Biden have been doing everything in their power to support illegal immigrants. They have been coming in this country. They getting your benefits. They putting their kids, these illegal immigrants are going into your kids' schools. They in the hood. They're taking over. You're no longer relevant. They're taking over, okay? But then on top of that, okay, they're giving them money. They're giving them credit cards. I mean, they're booking them, taking them. You got immigrants coming straight out of Mexico living better than you did, and your ancestors done built this country up.
Common Sense 101. So according to Joy-Ann Reid, I'm not black if I don't vote for Kamala Harris. I already heard that same shtick from Joe Biden on The Breakfast Club in 2020. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Now you're doing it with somebody who ain't black, including you, Joy-Ann Reid. Both of your parents came here from some foreign African land and met in college, and apparently you're an anchor person. You're not from here. Your parents aren't from here, so you're first generation. Kamala Harris, same thing. Her parents aren't from here. She's Bohemian and freaking Indian and Jamaican. She's not black, but you're passing her off as black. Bro, we know the game. Stop trying to insult my intelligence. It's not gonna freaking work.
Let me tell you something. Identity is a foolish reason to vote for someone. And it's insulting for someone to insist that I make a political decision, regardless if it goes against my belief, regardless if it goes against my stance, my firmly held belief, just because they look like me.
Yes, can you tell me why you'll be voting for Kamala? Because she black. Do you know what does she actually do? Be black. Are you voting red or blue? Black.
Take your vote back, Hakeem.
No.
Take it back!
Black folks, I'm begging you. If Kamala Harris is going to be the Democratic nominee, do not vote for her just because she's black. She does not really claim her black side except for when she wants votes. She's always pulling out her little, they not like us, saying, yeah, girl, and all this other AAVE because she wants the black vote. Do not be fooled by her. She is not authentic, and she only wants to be in office because she wants power. She wants the inside, perks of being the president, which is money, immunity, and whatever else comes with it. I beg of you, do your research when it comes to Kamala, and do your research when it comes to Trump, and don't just listen to the media.
Madam VP, I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets. And let me tell you, you're right, Taraji. There is so much at stake in this moment. The majority of us believe in freedom and equality. But these extremists, as they say, they're not like us.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
God, look at this bitch. They not like us. Kendrick, kick her in the head. Kick her in the head for even using your goddamn legs. They not like, you ain't like us either, bitch. Well, how about that?
That commercial with Kamala and Taraji was so very cringe. And obviously performative. Like, it was embarrassingly performative. Hey, Dems, we're not slow.
Strike three! I used to believe everything I'd see on the news, but that's before I discovered a brain.
A brain is meant for everyday use. Those living with moderate to severe stupidity have seen immediate improvement in common sense with a brain.
I thought the government had my best interests at heart, and then a friend told me about a brain.
Talk to your doctor about what news sources you obey. A brain may also lower your desire to take life-altering advice from celebrities.
Getting lectured about my carbon footprint from people with 3 private jets used to make sense. But thanks to a brain, now I can think for myself every day. When my disregard for 3rd grade biology began to flare up, I knew it was time for a brain.
Do not try a brain if you're allergic to a brain. Common side effects may include accountability, discernment, homeschooling your kids, a better understanding of economics, awareness of the stupidity of socialism, and diarrhea.
For tethering yourself to reality, the only no-brainer is choosing a brain. Ask your doctor if a brain is right for you.
For more information, visit tryabrain.com.
The left wants you to get in your feelings about things that have been said, but I want you guys to pay attention to what has been done.
Okay, girls, pay attention.
They don't want to talk policy. They just want to use propaganda to steal your vote.
Yep.
The left is trying to tout this woman as a savior for the black community, but all she's done is hurt the black community since she came into the game.
She's the devil.
A few days ago, President Trump said he didn't know Vice President Harris was a black woman. I'm trying to figure out what all the outrage is about because she's only black when it's time to get elected.
Amen, sister.
See, the first step in destroying the black community is to dismantle the black family. So aside from her record as a prosecutor, why don't we ask Mrs. Willie Brown if Kamala Harris cares about black families?
In case you do not know, the D9 does not play about theirs. Have you all seen how much money has already been raised for Kamala Harris and is still being raised?
Black folks, every time I turn around, I just get more and more sick of y'all. What in the hell are y'all celebrating? Y'all haven't seen Camilla this entire time. Camilla did the same exact thing the average nigga do when they know they're about to need you. Figure out a way to get in contact with you. She threw up a barbecue. Niggas been getting tricked for years with food. She allowed y'all to drink up all the Czech sodas that y'all wanted and take all the pictures with her that y'all wanted, showing nothing but gums and teeth. Half of the photos that y'all was able to take with this woman wouldn't have dare been captured in a photo with half of y'all if she didn't need you. She wouldn't dare be even caught standing beside some of y'all if she didn't need you. And y'all celebrating because she was able to raise up millions of dollars in 24 hours? When we got sisters and brothers out here in the world can barely provide food on the table for their families. People out here in the world hurting. And y'all in celebration mode over this fuckery.
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
I think our children will ask where you were on July 21st when Kamala Harris became the first black woman candidate for a major party to be nominated to run for president. I was on Zoom with 44,000 other black women who are all focused on getting this woman to the White House.
We are still getting taken out by the fucking busloads. Still, and we're still going to be taken out the same way if y'all bring Kamala Harris in this motherfucker. I got news for you, Black America. Nothing is going to fucking change. Nothing is going to change.
You can burn my city, you can call me shady while I make my money, you can call me dumb. Drinking my vodka, you can say you hate me, you can call me crazy, but don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Kamala Harris, switching knee pads, silent boy, she came from the bottom, sucked it all the way up. White guys jumping and the whole sheep twerping for the Kamala train, even if you're Chuck. Don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Trump. Kamala Harris is ahead in the polls. Don't vote for Trump. We want a country back. Kamala is our only hope, so don't call her Asian, cause Kamala's black. Don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Trump.
Y'all know we still gonna vote for Donald Trump, right?
Apple bottom jean boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, started got
Democrats who, within the last few years, have left their old party and are now voting for Trump. Latina Brown and Madeline Brame. Madeline, good to see you. We'll start with you. You know, she's been vice president for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
So is playing the race card here really a smart strategy?
You know, it is absolutely the most silliest thing that they could possibly do, because most African Americans know that the illegals' benefit card is worth more than our worthless black card. So why would we care about who Kamala Harris is, about her race or her gender? We care about the policies that she has pushed with Joe Biden for the past 3.5 years.
And I'm going to tell you something. The black community, we will not support her. Nope. You know, they can try to race bait us. Nope. They can try to push the gender agenda in our community.
And speaking of that, Latina, speaking of that, I got a place, because they're starting this pressure campaign for any black person or minority who is not considering voting for Kamala.
You're going to look real crazy being on the other side of that line, particularly as a person of color, but really as anyone who claims to have any connection to the culture. You're going to look real weird and real lonely on that side.
I just want to say this. The Democrats are full of crap. And I think that they know that the American people can see through the crap that they're pushing and circulating out there to the black community.
Kamala has no experience. We don't need some witch who has never carried life inside her deciding the fate of children. We don't want her. We don't want any of you. It is time to have something that works for we the people. See, you, Joy, are walking around on that plantation porch with your tap dancing shoes doing whatever your white liberal masses tell you to do. I don't roll like that. I'm not wired that way. And neither are many black men who realize that Kamala Harris jailed and imprisoned thousands of black men on minor drug charges when she was the DA in California. Some of them are still freaking there. She kept them there for years for cheap labor, even when they were supposed to be paroled. Do you think I would cast a vote for that witch? You're not going to be able to pull this okie doke on people. We are well aware of what you're up to. And don't you ever point your ugly fingers at me again.
But I gotta ask you about Kamala Harris. How you feel about her?
She's a piece of shit. I was in California. She lacked professional competence, and she worked on it by hiking up her hemline when she needed influence rather than researching. She's always tried to do the casting couch to get where she wants. Now, the problem is that'll get somebody to a certain level quickly, but you can't get past that level if you don't have competence and talent. So my thing about it is if I'm crude about it, in this city years ago, I used to represent a whole bunch of pimps and hoes, and I know a hoe when I see one. And I say this, I don't care, women, you do what you want to do if you want to have recreational sex, but when you do the casting couch or anything else for professional purposes to get paid or advance, you a hoe. And she's old hoe. She's doing word salad. Well, we're here today because China and the U.S. are here today, and that's why we have to agree on what we're doing here today. Like, fool, what did you just say? You know, did you say anything?
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
What? Wait, what? Everyone already knows I'm a ghetto-ass, dick-sucking, stripping hoe, right? Yes!
Why is the #1 criticism that I see of Kamala Harris from the right that she's a hoe? Oh, she's a 304. She slept her way to the top. She's gonna just get into office by blowing everyone that she can get her mouth on. Do you know what generation that you're talking to? So we're supposed to be mad that Kamala is a hoe? The same people that scream, broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. The same generations. I've been a nasty girl. Nah, I've been a nasty girl. Nah. The same chicks listen to Meg the Stallion, Lotto, Sweetie, Cardi B. Those same chicks. The same Swiftie stans knowing Taylor Swift done had 400 boyfriends. The same bra-burning ass chicks from the 1960s. The same sexual revolution sleeping with everybody at Woodstock chicks. The same pasta and lobster girls. The same I'm looking for a guy in finance, trust fund, blue eyes, 6'5". Get the bag, sis. Get the bag.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
Yeah, I don't know how much more ghetto America can get. Can we please talk about this Atlanta rally for Kamala Harris? I don't even need to say nothing for this one. And then we had Quavo, who could barely even read his speech. The man was struggling bad. Every 2 seconds he stopped talking so the crowd could applaud him. And then we had this moment. Awkward as heck. Look at this ghetto stuff. Black people. He's announcing Kamala Harris. Where's she at? Trifling. Trifling. Just ghetto.
Fuck. Shit. God damn it. Shit. The fuck? Man, god damn.
Yes, y'all reading that right. That says Kamala Harris blowing my way to the top. Kamala Harris, I don't know if you understand the context of what you're saying, but this is wild. This is a wild title, and I wonder what's in the book. How'd you blow your way to the top, huh? I need you to expound it. You know what? You don't need to expound. I need to buy the damn book.
How did you do this?
Well, seeing as how I have no brains or legal expertise, I just went up there and performed sexual favors. 634 blowjobs in 5 days. I'm really quite tired.
I just personally feel like they should let Kamala Harris win, because even if she did sleep her way to the top, y'all gonna let her fuck all the men for nothing? Y'all not gonna let the pussy be worse than him? Like, I'm the type of bitch that I respect the hoes hustle. You get what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you fucked every man in the White House trying to be the president. I fuck with your hustle. You need to be the next president. Like, I fuck with that hustle for real. Like, you want it bad. Like, you really want to make it. Like, you got a sense of urgency. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what we need in the White Office. Like, you going through all these men trying to make it to the presidency, like, that really shows your hustle, your ambition, and your dedication, and I fuck with it. And you got my vote, Kamala Harris, period.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Listen to me, I don't give a damn if Kamala Harris is black, if she's white, if she's Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Indian, it doesn't matter. If she was a bad vice president, which she is, she's not gonna make a good president. All she's done these last 4 years is tinker around the country with one talking point, only speaking in rhyme, and she has aided in the destruction of this country right alongside Joe Biden. If you're gonna vote for that knowing everything that you've seen these last 4 years, then you're an idiot.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Okay, what about Senator Kamala Harris?
Now, Kamala Harris, I'm gonna admit something to you that I didn't even want to admit. From the behind view, she looked like a fine white woman with that nice chocolatey hair from behind. But when you turn around, you see that the niggardry is strong within Kamala Harris. What is she? What's she made up of? What countries went together to make that woman?
Jamaican, India, if I'm not mistaken.
Dirty shithole countries. Anything else?
Oakland?
Yeah. The dirtiest shithole of all. Oh, she thinks she's slick, 'cause she locked up a bunch of black folks, threw them in jail, and got on the good side of us Republicans. She thinks she's slick like that, but I can see through her. We know that Kamala Harris ain't got a chance in hell. If she could keep her mouth shut, keep turning to the back, and we see that chocolate hair make me think she a white woman, then she'll be fine. Other than that, no. Done.
What's bizarre is she's trying to frame herself as Miss Black Lives Matter, when in reality, Kamala Harris was the queen of mass incarceration.
Kevin Cooper was hours away from receiving lethal injection. Hours away from it. His lawyers asked that DNA evidence be acquired in order to make sure he was actually guilty of the crime. And Kamala Harris's office tried to prevent DNA evidence from being acquired. They wanted Kevin Cooper to be executed, but the governor of California disagreed. They acquired DNA evidence, and the execution was stopped. The New York Times tells us that she feels really bad about it, for whatever that means. And people can also recall that while she was head of the California State Attorney General's office, over 1,000 people were locked up for smoking marijuana. She presided over jailing a lot of people. And on top of that, the drug labs in the state of California that were being used by the police were turning up false positive results. And yet, Kamala Harris's office did not tell the defense attorneys or the judges about this. They knew that the drug labs were turning over false positives, and people went to prison because her office concealed that their drug labs were turning up false positives. And another thing about Kamala Harris, I don't know if people saw, but there's a video of Kamala Harris where she's bragging about how she jailed the parents of children who were truant from school.
I would not be standing here were it not for the education I received. And I know many of us will say the same thing. And I believe a child going without an education is tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy. Well, this was a little controversial in San Francisco. And frankly, my staff went bananas. They were very concerned because we didn't know at the time whether I was going to have an opponent in my re-election race. But I said, look, I'm done. This is a serious issue, and I've got a little political capital, and I'm going to spend some of it.
You know what's scary about this generation is the fact that people rather vote for someone simply due to their race and or gender instead of voting for someone based on their policy. This is not a game, y'all, so please do your research. If you knew anything about Kamala, I promise y'all wouldn't think she is the greatest candidate for the Democrats. Because if you did your research, you would know that she literally put an innocent man behind bars for murder for over 6 years and left him there when she had evidence to overturn this to begin with. But no, she decided to leave him there until the court overturned it. Let's continue on. As vice president, she only had one job, which was to secure our border. She was handed one of the strongest borders, and as you can tell, look at our border now.
Trump earned his nomination through pre-elections. Everybody who was in the race with him, he beat out because of people showing up and voting for him. He earned his nomination. Nobody finds it strange that Kamala doesn't have to earn her nomination. They just gonna tell you who the fuck gonna be there. I'm starting to think that this was the plan the whole time. How strategic at this point, how close we are, pre-election's over, that they say, well, he's dropping out and we got Kamala. This shit was a setup. They knew exactly what the fuck they was doing the whole time. But they say that Trump is a threat to democracy. What kind of democracy is this when the people don't get to choose who they want to nominate?
Nancy, hey, listen, it's Kamala. I have a plan. Okay, I have a really good plan. Hear me out. So, the people are angry. The people are angry, and no matter how much I laugh, they don't seem to be laughing with me. Okay? And I think that we should consider, building the border wall. I'll finally get to it. I haven't been to Europe, but, maybe I can make some time to unburden what has been. And while we do that, we trip Joe down a flight of stairs. Now, hear me out. We can do it at any time. Either he's walking up or down. Jill is totally in on it. Okay? But, we need to get him out of the picture. And then we can really focus on the cheating. All right, the election's coming up. Don's gaining traction. We really need to start focusing on galvanizing and putting together forth a sense of community in order to build back better and strive to build and cheat better than we've ever built back before. Call me back. Call me back.
Oh no. No. Oh, this is not good.
September 11th, 2001, and January 6th, 2021.
Newsflash, nobody gives a fuck about it. We all admit that shit was pretty dumb, but that's about it. When we saw the news, we were shocked and we were kind of tense. Like, damn. Then we forgot about it by the 10th. Nobody's walking around stressing over Jan 6. It happened and that was it. We haven't gave a damn since. It's all good when riots are kept in the hood, but now you're freaking out cause this was in the neck of your woods. Now it's a big deal. Now it gets real. Now it's important to us. Not back then in 2020 when stores were boarded up. Not back then when goods were looted and folks were brutalized. Not then, but right now, cause it happened to the suit and ties. That shit's way above my head. We were fucking shit up all year with demonstrations that left dozens dead. But people like Nancy didn't flinch, in fact they loved it then. People will do what they do, bitch, ain't that what you said? Yep. There's literally compilation videos of you and all your colleagues inciting this kind of crap. So it's very fascinating to watch you swallow your words. You put your own foot in your mouth and now you're forced to dial it back. It's fine when you encourage it in my town, in his town, in her town, when the whole fucking city's being burnt down. You smile as you give the green light for mobs to rob shit, but as soon as it comes close to you, then it's a problem. Got it.
I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit. And,
Okay. First fuck Big Mike and that dick that hang. West Palm, nigga, Mar-a-Lago is the gang. Locked up, tons of black fathers, that's a fact. I let Joe Biden say it though. You ain't black. Give it up, pack it in, sick of the cackling. Taking these around balls, way before Kaepernick. Locked up ever marijuana, you imprisoned them. You were smoking weed at the time, what a hypocrite. Montel Williams and Willie Brown. Guess you have a thing for Willies, bet your dad's really proud. A crisis at your border, ignoring the reporters. Under you and Biden, $1 was worth a quarter. The new world order really wants you in, but it's Trump 2024, we're about to win. Bigly, hugely, trust me I would know it. I still can't believe you believe Jussie Smollett. I'm meeting with rabbis, pastors, preachers, cops, firefighters, God-fearing believers. You're meeting with RuPaul, transgender teachers, creatures, cutting off their primary features. I'm working for God, you work for the Grim Reaper. On Soros's payroll, they should call you Caesar, cause every time you speak it's a big word salad. I heard in college guys called you hot to a Harris. They try to do me like JFK in the drop top. The party of defunded police loves the top cop. You give it slop top, Kamala Lewinsky. When you talk in public, you always sound tipsy. You make Pelosi sound like Einstein. Not a worthy opponent, but I guess I'll find time. Your bottom shelf Chardonnay, me I'm fine wine. Look at California, you and Gavin cannot fight crime. Bailed out rioters during BLM, then a few that murdered people wasn't shown on CNN. But I'm not surprised, that's just the fake news. And we all know that they pay you, I stay true.
we did it, Joe. You're gonna be the next president of the United States.
Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video entertaining and you received any kind of enjoyment from watching it, please subscribe, share it with others, hit that notification bell, and most importantly, don't forget to smash that like button and leave a comment. It truly makes a difference. YouTube's algorithms thrive on engagement, and your support ensures these videos reach a wider audience. It's worth mentioning that YouTube doesn't directly compensate creators like me for content. So if you'd like to support the channel, consider making a donation through the Cash App provided above. Your donations will go towards me having the time to create more videos for your enjoyment. Now, with all that being said, peace, and thank you for being a part of the Surviving the Fuckery community.